Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's podcast. Our guest of today is Stefan, and he's the CEO of Mr. Raw. Tell me something about yourself and what the company is doing.
Well, Mr. Raw is Mr. Raw, and Mr. Raw, that's me. I'm a serial, and I also have a team, of course. That's why the company is called Mr. Raw. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm a 48-year-old dude from Denmark, currently residing in the UK, trying to find a place where there's some sun. I built 15 companies. I have 5 exits on my back, and I also have 2 bankruptcies as well. I'm currently, yesterday actually, I did my first raw speed dating event within Mr. Raw, and it was a blast. We had a speed dating event in Europe and in the States as well. Most importantly, I think, is that I'm an author now. I started writing books. And this is my first book that's called How You Speak to Customers. Because for the past 13, 14 years, I've been working as a mentor. I wouldn't say a coach because I stink at being a coach because I'm not like, so how do you feel, Joey? I'm not that type of guy. There's a reason why people call me Mr. Raw. I cut through the chase, I cut through the fat and focus on what really matters. And I help my clients grow like crazy, actually. I'm quite overwhelmed this year, to be honest. Not in regards to what I'm doing, but in regards to what all my clients are doing. I have 15 clients around the world, so I work 2 days a week. I'm a very busy man, and I like to keep it that way. But 4 of my clients are not paying anything. I have clients on 5 different continents, and the 4 clients that are not paying, they are all in Africa. I have 2 clients in South Africa, 1 in Nigeria, and 1 in Kenya. So that's me. Nice to meet you. And I play music as well, and I have 3 kids.
And when you're saying, I help my clients grow like crazy, that means
Hmm?
like you're helping them to grow their business, or what exactly are you doing?
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. However, it all comes down to one thing, and that is the founder or the founders. You know, shit runs down. So if it's bad shit coming from the top, not much is happening down the line. So it's first about making sure that people are aligned with themselves, aligned with their purpose, aligned with their mission. And that's actually where I usually start, because many times for most companies in the world, they have fabricated some type of mission. We have to do this and this and that, but they don't really feel it. Something crazy happens when you start getting an emotion and understanding to why you're doing the things that you're doing. And that's how you basically create a higher energy level in a company. The second thing I do, which is actually the reason why I wrote this book, because I help hundreds of founders around the world. It's called How You Speak to Customers. Most founders don't know how to speak to customers, first of all. And I would say, most importantly, founders often don't speak to customers at all. And I find that a problem. I have built 15 companies. I've always had success with all the projects I have been doing. For me, it has never been rocket science to create a success, because I've been speaking to customers my entire life. The point is, when you start talking to them, having a conversation with them, you start understanding their pains, their ways of paying you, for that matter, and stuff like that. So there's a big discrepancy on this planet, especially for founders, probably also for many of your guests, Joey, perhaps even for you as well. The point is, if I ask you, you don't have to answer. If I ask you, why do you think your customers buy from you? One of my companies is called Raw Research, where we have conducted a reality check, which is a survey. It's a client survey. It's a simple client survey, actually. It's raw. It's called a Raw Reality Check, where first we ask founders and employees 3 questions. If we ask your customers, what do you think they would say on why they would buy from you, why they're buying from you? Because we're going to go and ask the clients, why did you buy from us? And 2 additional questions. The second question is the Net Promoter Score. How likely are you to recommend us to another client from a scale from 0 to 10? And the third one is, how can we improve? And then you can spin away with other conversations. But when you know the answers to these 3 questions, you know where you stand as a company. And the fun part is, or the sad part is, and that's what I'm really hoping to get my message out with. If I place 100 founders in one room and I ask them, Why do you think your clients buy from you? Only 4 out of these 100 clients agree with their clients on that statement. So I fixed that discrepancy, because what happens in a business? You can imagine yourself what happens in a business when everybody in the business agrees on why their customers buy from us. Because when you think of it, if you go out and really pinpoint it down, the only reason you have a company, Joey, is because people have reasons to buy from you.
Yeah.
When only, I'm not attacking you, don't worry. And when only 4 in 100 people actually know this, then there's something to be done in the market. And the point is just, when you agree internally in a company on the reasons why the company exists, and that actually also aligns with that market you serve, magic happens. And it's not even magic, it's logic.
I love how you're saying that. Like it all starts with the founder, right? That's what you're saying. If you're aligned with your mission, like your vision towards where you want to go, and it kind of like radiates like a certain emotion, like a certain energy state, because you're so passionate about what you're doing, it's way easier to communicate like what you're doing towards the world, right? What kind of value you can give towards the people. So what you're saying, you can build all you want, right? You can build the most amazing product, but it all starts with the foundation. Because if the foundation is not clear, you're actually building on a house which is not solid, right? And like from your own experience, right? I mean, you've already, what you said, you built a ton of companies, like you made some exits. What in your experience from you growing all these companies, right? And like you serving your clients right now, what is some of the main challenges you have faced, which you see coming back and coming back and coming back? The biggest one.
Yeah. Yeah, the biggest one I personally have experienced, and that's probably because I come from the ghetto, where the gangster law applies, where a promise is a promise, otherwise I kill you. That doesn't go in business, and things usually fuck up due to greed, and greed in the sense that when you become successful, some people, or actually many people, change their behavioral pattern, and their ego rises, and you start believing that it's all your fault that you are all this successful, forgetting that it was actually a team job. And both in my own companies, but also in the companies that I've helped throughout the years, the danger doesn't lie in building and creating the company. The real challenge happens when you become very successful.
Very nice. So what you're saying, like once you're building, like this is the easy part, right? But once you actually build this success and you build this foundation, how can you stay the same kind of mindset which got you there in the first place, right? And let's say, right, like, were you like a fan of Lord of the Rings? Did you watch those movies?
Of course, I watch Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I'm a
And
big
let's say,
fan.
me too. I watched them all, right? And let's say you can be Gandalf for like one day. Gandalf
Yep.
with the magic wand. Although you got a lot of success, let's say with this magic wand of Gandalf, you could solve any problem you're having right now, potentially in the business. What kind of problem would you solve if you could hold the magic wand of Gandalf for Lord of the Rings?
For my own company,
If there is any.
if it was my own company, and it's genuinely, it's overwhelming for me. If I was Gandalf, I would sit down in the sofa and enjoy a cup of tea, because I'm doing really good. Uh,
Amazing.
and I'm doing good because I started applying my own medicine to my own life. That's the fun part about any journey you go on. Usually you forget yourself, and then sometimes you remember yourself, and then you go back to your raw element, and you start becoming a real success, which is nice.
I love it. So what you're saying, you're kind of living your life, and then through remembering like what's really important when living your life, boom, you get back into your own power. That's what you're
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah. So, and after I've been sitting and drinking some tea, I will go outside of my own house or castle, if you want, and use my magic wand somewhere else. And where I would like to use it, I have 15 customers, where 4 of them are in Africa. I want to go and make a real impact, make a real change for a lot of people, and not just founders themselves. And I have a very addictive behavior. And writing a book, I must say, has become the greatest drug I have ever tried. So I'm currently working on 4 different books, jumping back and forth on them because I realize I have a lot to say. I want to say a lot. And one of the books is I built a business model on how you create real growth in third world countries because the world is pretty fucked up. And if you enable people to become successful anywhere in the world, then I'll be fine. My real goal in life is the last time you close your eyes on this planet, you think to yourself, yeah, you did all right.
I really like that. So kind of what you're saying from your own experience, using this magic wand to create as much value as you can, right? Reading all like writing all these books, getting all these value out there. And I think as a human being, right? If you're actually in a position to do that, like giving from your highest intention is one of the most beautiful things we can do as a human being, right? If it's like
So too.
if it's in business, if it's like in your personal life, right? And then talking about this, right? Let's say if there's a lot of founders watching this podcast right now, they're all trying to grow their business, trying to like come up with strategies. And from your own experience, like you growing all these companies, you writing your own books, and you giving like providing so much value to the world. Like, what's one piece of advice from all the knowledge you've gained, which you could give to these founders who are watching this podcast right now, and they can start implementing this advice straight away after watching the podcast?
Deep to your customers.
Very nice.
That's very, very easy. It's the real reason for why most startups, they fail in reality. You have a lot of startups, you sit and develop your product or your service for a long time, and you find the little nitty-gritty things and stuff like that. And what really happens is you go out in the market and then you find out that they didn't want this. You usually say that all successful companies have pivoted. When do you pivot? You pivot when you understand why your customers buy from you. So you might as well get started with that and begin with that already in the beginning, because
Yeah.
when you know why your customers would buy from you and with what premises this product or service should, then you can actually build a product that works for your customers. It's like mind-blowing, isn't it?
Very
It's
nice.
like it's like in startups in particular, everybody's talking about product market fit. What is product market fit? I believe product market fit is when you start selling the stuff that your market demands.
Yeah. Very nice. So what you're saying is like step number one, have a clear vision. So what you know why you're doing it. So you stand into your own power when you're doing it. Have this kind of remembrance, like what's really important. And from this remembrance, if you're in business, like stay in touch with this kind of energy at the same moment. Like you can be really passionate about what you're doing, but it has to kind of translate to your customers. So there has to be this combination going on. Like you are really passionate about what you're doing, and boom, you combine it with actually bringing value towards the people which you can offer value to.
Exactly. It's as
Very
easy
nice.
as that, but it's of course pretty hard to do in reality. What I've seen in the most instances is something magical happens inside of you when you really realize what connects you with the market, what your company actually connects with the market, because that's where the click happens. That's that's where the growth really begins. And when that begins, everybody knows why they're there, why it's happening. And then everyone understands why they're doing the things that they're doing in the company, why they should be doing it. And it's just magic.
Very
And
nice.
people tend to forget that, unfortunately. And it's not only in startups, it's in most companies on this planet, which is funny to think about.
And Mr. Rull, for the people who are watching this podcast right now, what are some of the ways they can connect with you?
Well, I have a LinkedIn profile. I have my name is Stefan Avivson, Avivson. I have a YouTube channel as well. I have a website, the whole shebang. And I'm going much into speaking to more people than one-on-ones. I feel so fortunate that I only take in new clients who do good for this planet, because why help people that don't do good? Makes no sense.
Very nice. Be very picky in the people you're choosing to work with,
Yeah.
right? And Mr. Raw, thank you so much for being on the podcast, sharing your values, sharing some of, I think, really wise lessons. For the people who are watching this podcast right now, I make sure to put the links of Mr. Raw, Stefan, in the description down below, so you can easily find it. Everyone, thanks for tuning in, and see you all in the next episode. Thank you.
See ya.